Happy motherfucking Saturday. It's Saturday for me. I hope everybody's doing well. Surprise, surprise. I haven't done one of these in a very long time, but it's just been heavy on my mind to come up on here and do a collective reading. So this is a collective reading. I'm going to explain my intention for the reading prior to getting started. I've been away from doing these types of readings for quite some time. A lot has changed in my life, and with working full-time has been really hard to figure out how to find a balance between my 9 to 5 with my passion, right? And so I've had to take a lot of time to just kind of withdraw and go within, although I've been very active on my stories. Thanks to those of you who, girl, y'all always know I'm drinking my green smoothie, so there's always something in my teeth. You can always, it's a treasure trove up in there. TMI. And so I've been very, especially lately in the last month or so, I've been in very kind of like introspective, like going within, kind of like there's been a lot of internal kind of change that's been happening. So doing this collective reading, especially as a pre-record, as opposed to a live reading, super helpful for me so that I can really, I'm feeling very like Cancer energy, even though we're currently still in Leo season. I was feeling very Leo at the beginning of the season, and as the season is progressing, I'm feeling like, ooh, withdrawing and going within. So it is what it is. So here's my intention for the reading. Took a little detour there, but in my mind I saw 3 placements. Okay, so you could call it pile 1, 2, or 3. I think what's going to happen is the 3 placements are meant to be woven together, but I think for some of you guys the 3 placements may feel very much like I pick pile 1, I pick pile 2, or 3. So it might be helpful for you to kind of have a pile number in mind, although I have a feeling that it's going to somehow kind of all kind of come together. For some of you guys, one pile is going to be stronger for the other. For others of you, there's going to be tidbits in each pile. For others of you, the whole story is going to weave together really nicely. So my intention along with that is to remind you through me mirroring back to you the things happening in your life, that be a reminder that you're not alone and that you're on the right path. That's my intention. Okay, so let's get started. I hope you guys motherfucking enjoy. How's everybody been doing? Spent a lot of extra time cleansing and clearing my decks, getting the room ready, and getting my energy and myself ready for you guys. I will try and call out like at what number, what time for each pile. All right, try and remember to do that. One more ding, watch your ears. So again, this is a collective reading. One part of the reading may feel stronger than others to you, or the whole reading may come together and mirror back to you something you need to hear. Remember as well, pile number 1 starting at about 4 minutes and 44 seconds. So pile number 1, okay, we'll keep that loose though. Remember, the longer I read, the more cards I pull as more time passes, the plot thickens. You get more information. As where if you're just reading like a simple 5-card spread or 3-card spread, you're just getting the top layer of the story, kind of like what meets the eye. And that's kind of the benefit of booking a full reading on my website, is that you get the layering, which adds more depth to the reading versus getting a mini reading, which happens once a month. And those kind of scratch the surface. Okay, so let me start here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go into this. You know what? I'm going to go into this. Pile number 1 is looking like a story about somebody who's been working on something or is trying to work on something or does not want to work on something, okay? Pile number 1, I wish I wouldn't call him pile number 1. I'm trying to be more fluid, but the first card I'm reading has to do with hard work. We have the 8 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so the 8 of Pentacles has to do with earthly tasks, whether it be work life or home life and getting, the house together. On a spiritual level, though, I know Pentacles are technically things of the physical realm. On a spiritual level, though, this could be internal work that you've been doing on yourself that feels like the energy of the 8 of Pentacles reverse is as though you've been working on something or want to work on something, but you feel like there's some sense of waste of time. So either you feel like you have wasted your time, or that if you do these things, it will somehow not pan out, not be a good use of your time. It could also feel, and we're just scratching the surface. Let's move into the second card and get some more information, okay? Second card is the Lover's card reverse. It's ruled by Gemini, okay? So it is a major arcana. So for the second card, look, I'm bouncing around. We can't even put timestamps. Girl, this Capricorn is just like, we need some structure here. And I'll be trying to dip into those water. Let's just keep trying. Let me stop talking. Second card is the Lover's card, ruled by Gemini, okay? So we have, it also is a major arcana, the only major that's shown up here. So the theme of the Lover's card, of course, is love. Being in love, falling in love. It is reversed here. Other themes for this card represent just feeling in complete bliss or harmony. And because it's reversed, there's something that you thought or that you feel should be in complete bliss or harmony, but it's just chaotic is the word that came to me. Okay, so something that you really think or thought should have been like, there's a sense of turning upside down with this topic, okay? Our third card as well is a feeling of I've wanted to, or I have, or I did build something that it's really hard for me to see the bigger perspective. Why did I say as well? Is because it's a 2 of Wands. So it's very kind of like this kind of relationship kind of energy, or building with somebody type of energy whenever you see 2s. That's why I said as well. Similar to the Lovers. If they were part of the same, and they are kind of part of the same, there's a sense of not being able to build where you thought you could build, or there being some disappointment around some structure, or something you're trying to see or put together. 2 of Wands is a very optimistic card when we see it upright, but it's reversed. So whatever this is, there's kind of a feeling of as though like you have your head buried in the sand. It's very hard to see. Like your perspective is very kind of minimal. It's kind of very what's the subjective? Objective. Subjective is smaller, right? The smaller. So anyway, it's just a feeling of narrow-sightedness, not being able to really see the full perspective. You're so in it. It feels so in it that it's hard to pan out and see anything else. Okay, let me do another shuffle and we're going to keep reading. 3 cards each for these piles. Let me start with the first pile. All right. So reverse 8 of Pentacles is the first card that came out for this section here. So somebody's been working on something, or the kind of the theme is like, don't give up, or the theme is, and this is why it helps to keep pulling cards. You can pull 1 card, that's cool. You pull 3 cards, oh, I see more. You pull 5 cards, oh, I see a lot more. And then you layer it further and you really can see how the story deepens and thickens, okay? So there's something that, I don't even remember what I just said, the phrase I just said for that. But there's something that you've been working on that you almost feel like you're ready to give up on it. This thing is really kind of pushing you to the limits. And it's really making you have to kind of go places, maybe even mentally, even though this is a physical thing that's happening, and there's something that's tangible that you're working on. And keep your mind really open. Human beings, we have this tendency, because the way the planet works is that Earth beings need structure, we need labels. We have to have time on everything, because that's how we operate here. Okay, the way that we think and the way that we maneuver is very small in comparison of the universe. So when I'm saying things and themes, try and think much bigger. So the 8 of Pentacles represents the traditional thing, is about an apprenticeship, somebody who has been working on their craft, right? This person clearly is in the wood shop and they're carving something, right? But you can think in much bigger themes. So even though working on your body or your health may not be considered like a craft, it really is something that you're working on or chipping away on at. This could also be issues with, working on the bank account and working on your savings. This could be issues with, working in your love life. This could be issues with working in school. This could literally be working at your job at something that feels very difficult. This could be something even mental that you're working through, that you've really wanted to or have been putting time and attention and persistence on this thing. It doesn't have to be time and attention and persistence in like a structured way. This could be something that's kind of abstract even. So I'm just trying to get you guys to see that like the way that we think is very limited. So when we can expand and open up how we see things, it can be much bigger. Okay, so whatever this thing that you've been working on has pushed you to kind of a limit, to an edge. So we get the Judgment card that comes up in this spread, which is lovely. Your last card is the 4 of Swords, so really showing me that to stay with it. The Judgment card is a very stressful card, though. It's a hard card. But it's a beautiful card. It's one of the 4 cards in the tarot that have a guardian angel, or maybe there's only 3. I always forget. 3 or 4 cards that have a guardian angel only in a deck of 78. So when we see this card, it's really like trying to get your attention. Pay attention. This is something that is meant to help you grow and ascend, keep on the path, especially because in the center we have the 5 of Swords reversed, which means you're overthinking it, or there's some trick or lie. There could even be somebody in your life who's kind of like planting a seed within you that's making you second guess or doubt. If it's not a person, it's your own thoughts. Swords represent the head and the thoughts and how we think and how we process information and our perspectives. So there's something about this process that's really pushing you and testing you and pushing you to the limit. But you're feeling like possibly giving up, or there's some self-doubt or some negative talk that's making you want to stop. Okay. The last card out is 4 of Swords, though. 4 of Swords means going within, slowing down, taking a break. If you need to take a break with this thing, it's okay to like come back to it. And don't put so much pressure and guilt on yourself for needing to take that break, whether this be a physical break or a mental break. Whether this is a break on your weight loss goals, or it's a break on your relationship, or it's a break on your work and kind of how much pressure you put on yourself, whatever it is, there's some sense of decompression that needs to happen here. And especially combined with the Judgment card means like your hard work and your efforts will pay off. So you need to stick with it is the message, okay? Moving to the next card, we have the Lovers card, which is loosely, we'll call this pile 2. Look, I'm a mess. I ain't going to be putting no timestamps. Let me take a sip. The Lovers card, we said, of course, is ruled by Gemini. Sorry, sorry. Cucumber, celery, mixed greens, which I think there's like kale, spinach. I'm not sure everything that's in there. Ginger, celery, and lots of mango. Okay, your girl stopped like on the weekend. I'm like, you're not counting calories, you're not counting carbs, because I'm on a journey. I'm just gonna load in the mango, make this shit tasty today, right? Really savor and enjoy it. Okay, let's pull some more cards for the Lovers. Something has gone awry, okay? Possibly with somebody water sign. The card that's pulled up, pulled up here, we have the Scorpio card, King of Cups reverse. All of the cards in this section here are reverse. Okay, so so you had like an ideal for this thing. The Lovers card combined with the King of Cups makes me feel like this is a love relationship. However, keep in mind, for some of you, there's a message in here that has something to do with something else. So keep the mind open. I'm going to talk in traditional terms for just a moment. There was a relationship that you had really built up in your mind, or you had taken time to get to know somebody. Maybe it was on a kind of a more exterior level, kind of more on the surface somehow, whether it was just over the phone or FaceTime or something like that, through texting, messaging, or it just had a kind of surface, kind of the way things came together is like it was always kind of surfacey, right? But in your mind, you had really built this up to something really beautiful. For some of you guys, some illusion or some dream of harmony / a love relationship is somehow boxing you in. So even though it might be good for you to think expansively about relationships and to really think big and go for what you want, that can also be sometimes put limitations in what we're able to attract to ourselves. So that's one piece. The other thing is somebody here may have had an ideal fantasy of who they thought somebody was. And as things deepened or you guys got to know each other more, that somehow restricted you. You realized that that person wasn't who you thought they were. You guys weren't who you thought you would be together. But you're having a hard time leaving the situation. For some of you guys, you're ready to leave, but something's kind of holding you back, and it may be this other person. The person showing up in this reading is the King of Cups, like I said, who is a Scorpio. So this could be a Scorpio male. Remember, these cards are just symbols. So a male King of Cups Scorpio card could also be the energy of someone who's trans, or someone who's a woman, or someone who identifies as non-binary but has more of like a masculine approach to them. They come off and identify as more masculine somehow. So even though, like example, I'm a female, for years and years I've always felt kind of more, I'm more masculine, although I'm trying to soften that up because it feels right to me. So the point is, keep your mind open, stay fluid, okay, stay flexible, boo. This King of Cups, the energy of this person, when they're reversed, they're just incredibly emotionally unstable. Remember as well, friends. When I say you, it could be them. When I say they, it could be you. When I say he, it could be you. When I say she, it could be you. So I'm saying you, him, they, but you gotta know how to adjust and click the dial just a bit. I might be talking to your ass. You might be this King of Cups, okay? So there might even be a situation where you're afraid to leave something that you thought, okay, or they could even be looking at you like, damn, bitch, I thought you was all this in a bag of chips, but they're feeling as though that they were sold a dream somehow, or somebody also feels kind of someone feels kind of trapped here as well. They started off with something beautiful and pure, but they now feel kind of trapped. There's also kind of a very restrictive, kind of controlling feeling that's here as well for some of you guys. Okay, let's move on to the next section. Of course, I'm going to go back in and layer some more for each of these sections. Moving on to the Two of Wands, which I had initially said the Two of Wands is the energy of somebody who's really got their head in the sand. Okay, somebody who's really like short-sighted, nearsighted, can't see far. Oops, excuse me. My bad. Okay, Two of Wands, when we see this card upright, which it's not, Two of Wands feels empowered and ready to take on the world. They're standing up on this balcony, on this terrace, and they can see the whole land, right? So they feel ready to go. They feel protected and supported. They feel clear and vibrant about their future. When we see this reverse, they can't see what's happening ahead. For some of you guys, there may be new terrain, new travel, exploration that's on the table for you, or that you're grappling with, or that's here for you. A new life for some of you guys. The cards that follow are really powerful. However, they're all reversed. We have the World card, a major arcana. We have the High motherfucking, excuse me, Queen, the High Priestess here on the table, and she comes reversed. We also have the Ace of Cups here, but it comes reversed. So what I always say, if a feather lands at your feet and it lands sideways, or it lands upside down, you don't go, oh, that's a negative message from the feather. Nah, bitch. You go, oh my God, I found a feather. So even though these cards are reversed, doesn't mean you can't have them. It just means that there are alternative ways and perspectives to look at this situation. So currently what it's saying with all of these powerful, glorious, beautiful cards, I mean, look at these cards. When you look at them upright, they're dope as fuck, right? But they're all reversed. If we were to look at this upright, there's like, bitch, your world is about to change. You have finished some cycle. It's time for you to go into the next cycle. The last cycle might have been more humanly, and this cycle is trying to prepare you to be more intuitive and psychic, and using your kind of your radar to kind of sense how to move in the world, having more peace in your mind, and having clarity so that you can understand how to move, okay, which is going to bring lots of abundance into your life. 1221, okay, ones and twos. I'm just saying that's what time it is. However, all these cards are reversed. So basically, especially since our vision is narrow and it's hard for us to see, you're going to have to, let me ring this bell, watch your ears. You gotta shake yourself up out of this shit, because something fucking big is happening. The World card is the last card in the lineup of major arcanas, sending us right back into the Fool, number 0. So it means like the shift is now, but you gotta go. You gotta jump on this, because something really grand is happening. A lot of expansion, just understanding your path is here. But it's buried because you're so... and we'll pull more cards, but it just reminds me of the person who like can't get out their fucking head to see like what's in front of them. Just kind of shifting the energy, whether that's literally dancing, drumming, singing, movement, walking barefoot on the ground in the soil, or being at the beach or at the lake or the river or the park in the grass, whether it's things like that, or whether it's vibration, or whether it's like visualization. But there's some just big shift that you have to make. You have to make yourself. You have to sometimes, bitch. Sometimes you have to make yourself see it different. sometimes you have to remember that what is in your head, and we don't have any swords here, so I'm going off in the head, but sometimes you have to remember that your beliefs aren't necessarily true. And you have to make steps to put your finger on something different so that you can shift and see the brighter side of things to get the momentum going. Okay? So basically right here, if we're just to be kind of like, ooh, kind of put it on you and like really show you, is like, bitch, you missing a miracle, and there's like some new shift and new life that you're about to step into, but you're missing it. You're not listening to your intuition. You could even be, for some people, sometimes a high priestess reverse can mean you're dabbling into the darker side of things, or shadowy kind of aspects, or things that are unhealthy for you. You could even be keeping secrets, holding secrets, hearing secrets, having a secret within you that you're not expressing to someone, that is putting out the light. So there's something very, like I said, we're still on each section here only has 4 cards, and we're going to continue pulling, but this energy right here can really squelch a dream. I don't know if squelch is, if I use that right, but really snuffed out is really, there's a snuffing out of a dream here. There's a dream on the table that's being fucking like, the flame is the dream, and somebody just toss some water on that shit. So there's, for somebody here on this side of the board, really need to do some kind of soul searching or something to get you back on the sight, on the vision of the awareness and the knowingness of what's possible for you. Okay? Because you finna miss something, boo. What's on the bottom of the deck? I keep seeing this. This is the 5 of Pentacles. So, yeah. Each of the readings have kind of the undercurrent of like, somebody who's in like an old mentality. 5 of Pentacles, these people are bypassing their miracles. They find some strength, or they find strength, or they find it to be somehow, girl, I ain't been using my words lately. I forgot all my words. They find it somehow like it makes them a better person to be, not humiliated. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's an H word. Humble, not humble. There's another word. Anyway, they think that makes them look more humble. Okay, to be like bypassing things. This is the old shit. This is the old programming. This is the old parts of ourselves that never really truly serve. Sometimes I think some of this can come in and be useful at certain nooks and crannies and angles, but for what I'm talking about here, especially since each of the readings really kind of highlights that we are at this time as a collective kind of engaging in energies that don't serve like our highest potential, right? And so this card is just further affirming that somebody is in like this lack mentality, this kind of like a survivor mentality, right? What are the things that you've been through in your life that you can kind of remember like, oh fuck, I'm doing this because of that. Like I have this kind of ingrained and programmed in me from the time that I was young. Okay, it's time to exit from that kind of mentality. Let me get a sip. We're going to do another layer here. And the liquid I use is filtered water, cold water. You gotta put a lot of mango in there for it to be sweet, so I will say that. Remember, oh, I need a new calendar. I think it's the 21st, August 21st. I'll be announcing the 2222 readings, which are discounted mini readings. And if you're interested in those, hit me up in my DMs and we can get you going. I do those for one week a month. I also have linked in my bio the full-length readings that you can request, which help you get more depth and more information. The mini readings are meant to just provide some fun and relief for people who need just a brief reading, whereas the full price readings are meant to really kind of help you work through more so. Okay, last shuffle. Ooh. Oh, yes, Queen. Or King. Okay. So for this first section here, remember our initial card was Eight of Pentacles reversed. So there's something that you've been working on or don't want to work on or have worked on that is there's some second guessing or doubt that's pushing you to the edge and you're kind of overthinking it. So you got somebody in your ear, or it could be yourself kind of bringing you down. Making you believe or think that you can actually do this. However, the cards are saying you're meant to be in this position to be pushed to the edge, to grow, to expand. It's going to be important for you to take a pause, take a time out, and rest and recalibrate and come back to the table and continue working on this thing, okay? When I pull more cards... 3 upright cards, y'all get 2 kings, okay? So we have the King of Swords and the King of Wands. The King of Swords is ruled by Aquarius, and the King of Wands is ruled by Leo, okay? We also have here the Hermit, who is a Major Arcana card. So let's talk about the majors. You have 2 Major Arcana cards here. We have the Judgment card, which is that card that's like, dun, dun, dun. He's like ringing the sounding the trumpet, and he's calling those who have passed away to arise from their graves, to make an amends and atone for their mistakes, and kind of go through some uncomfortable kind of reckoning with and dealing with, handling, kind of facing something that didn't work. Okay, that's the story of the Judgment card. Along with the Judgment card, we also have here the Hermit, who is the oldest character in the Tarot, also a Major Arcana. The Hermit is about a lesson or a teacher. It's about wisdom, and the wisdom that we all have within us to carry us through a difficult time. Okay, the Hermit is the oldest character in the Tarot, right? So we think of time being very slow. So something is happening that is truly requiring time, attention to detail, persistence, dedication, okay? And also a reliance upon the internal knowingness, okay? The teacher within. Also, some of us may actually have, like, there's just a lesson that's happening here for you, okay? We got these 2 kings here, the King of Swords and King of Wands. One is an Aquarius, one is a Leo. Let's pan out a little bit bigger. No, that's pinching in, that's zooming. Okay, we're backing up, and we're seeing more of the picture now. Okay, we're panning out, right? Like you would on a phone or a touch screen, right? That's zooming in, panning out. Okay, damn, y'all see me struggle with this little piece. In the bigger picture, not just Aquarius or Leo, we see air sign or fire sign, okay? Zooming out a little bit more. Oh, we said it was going out. Whatever, girl, you know what I mean. Zooming out a little bit more, we see kind of the energies of like what sword means, which is like the mind and thinking and having clarity or confusion. Side by side with the wand, which is fire energy, passion, excitement, spiritual energy. Okay, so there could be 2, and then getting narrow again, zooming in and seeing a smaller picture, or seeing a more logical human picture, we have this Aquarius and Leo man here that are here to guide you. For some of you guys, this could just be two men that are helping you get through this process. There are two men possibly in your life, in your family, in your work, in your personal life, that can help you get through this. These two men can also represent different aspects of yourself that are needing to be strengthened or relied upon to tap into the wisdom. And those two aspects of yourself would represent having a clear mind and having passion. Those are the two ingredients that we would need in order to kind of get back into the energy of the wisdom and the knowingness of the situation to help get us back in the momentum of doing this thing that we had given up on or are having doubts about. Okay. The wisdom of the King of Swords is that he's an incredible speaker, right? His mind is clear. He's articulate, and he's graceful in how his approach in saying things. He's wise. He's incredibly wise, and he's detached from the emotion that can sometimes cloud our progress with things. Right? He's very logical, stern but kind, stern but respectful, kind maybe not. Respectful, okay? So he's got this power and this respect and this like diligence about staying the course. This is somebody who begins something and sees it through to completion, okay? The energy of the King of Wands is a leader, okay? He's passionate. He's got more light and more kind of fun in his life. He's funny. So we got the energy of like lightheartedness and playfulness and passion in order to carry you out through this situation, okay? So ending this section, although I'm going to pull one more card for each of the sections, but so I'll be coming back to this, but it's really just kind of coming full circle, and the cards are trying to give you these tools and remind you of the things that you need to implement in order to continue through this process, okay? Moving into where we saw the Lovers. What, bitch? Crazy. 3 male court cards. Here you got 2 male court cards in the first section, but it looks like 3 because this kind of looks like a male court card, but he's not. He's a teacher and a wise sage. He's the embodiment of just knowingness within, and being led by something that's burning deeply within you, okay? But it does appear to be 3 men, so it's just interesting. All these men, all these juicy brothers. Okay. All right, so for the second section here with the Lovers card at the top, remember we talked about some ideal that you had about somebody, some fantasy or some kind of relationship that felt as though you had worked it up in your mind, that it would be harmonious. Maybe at one time it was beautiful and harmonious. You felt in love. But this relationship is now making you feel consumed and trapped and unable to move, okay? Somebody's intuition is, or somebody's emotional state as well is not well, as along with their mental state is not well, okay? Consumed by somebody here. Could be somebody Scorpio. You could be the Scorpio. But we have King of Cups reverse, who is a male water sign card. Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Okay? Just the energy, and bigger than that, bigger picture than that, we're panning out, right? Is this emotional instability. Either somebody overly emotional or somebody cut off from their emotions. Somebody wallowing in the depths of the mental torture of like what this relationship or situation was supposed to be. Lover's card embodying the energy of being in love, but if we pan out and look at what love really is, it's like complete bliss and harmony and fulfillment. So somebody's emotional distress is really putting a damper on this, or is a result of some expectation that was not fulfilled or fulfilled somehow, okay? And when we pull these 3 cards, we get the the Page of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. Oh, and this isn't a male court card. This is a major arcana, just like this one. Very interesting. So in this corner here, you had two fully developed male court cards, the kings. And this one, you have two underdeveloped male court card, which are the pages. Pages are the youngest of the court cards. Combined with a major arcana, like this one has a major arcana here. The major arcana in this pile here, in this section, is the Emperor. Okay, the Emperor is reversed here. He's ruled by Aries, and when we see a male when we see the Emperor like this reverse, he is no bueno. He's a fucking dick. Okay, so there's somebody here who's wielding their power over others, aggression, anger, hot temper, very immature, especially combined with these pages here. So we have two pages here. One is upright, one is reversed. The center one is reversed. I always kind of put emphasis on the center card. So there's an underdeveloped sense of self here with somebody. We have a fire sign and an earth sign in this pile as well. Pages could be Aries, Leo, Sag, and can also, or for the pentacle page, can be Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. That's how pages are. So already starting with like a broad kind of perspective. The elements or the ideas or the kind of symbols for these cards are passion, like how we talked about with the King of Wands. Passion, inspiration, leadership, jovial, lightheartedness, somebody funny and charismatic. And then the energies for Page of Pentacles are like earthly material things that we're working on, and having the kind of consistency, the patience, and the diligence to see things through. Okay, center card, reverse Page of Pentacles, is a planting of a seed or something that doesn't want to be planted, something that we want to dig up. This could be something where the seed was planted too soon, something like that. Something about, because if we see it upright, it's a planting of a seed and a new idea and the beginnings of something very fruitful. And when we see this reverse, there's something about that has gone awry, right? It feels like there's somebody here in this middle part of the reading that like there's still a flame for you, or there's still a flame for somebody here. So somebody still wants to get this thing going. We will finish off with one last oracle card, so we'll kind of see how that works. Excuse me, a mess. But the thing about this pile here, this section here, is that it feels more of like we still have somebody who's still hopeful for good, even though we keep consistently seeing something not good from the other side, or we still keep receiving like results that are less than ideal. So we have this little baby flame going, and I'm just gonna advise you that like that may not be, that's not in this particular part of the reading. You're up against a lot. Okay, because the energy that keeps showing up here is somebody who's possessive, controlling, emotionally unstable, disrespectful, immature, somebody who may be selling you even some kind of dream of like what the future will look like, but it's not actually that. So there's some kind of coming to reality that needs to happen here, and kind of a focusing on one's own personal dreams in order to like get back in touch of reality with what is actually best for you. Okay, let's move to the third section here, third pile, whatever, call it what you will. Another two. Okay, so remember when we started out with Two of Wands and I said, boo, we started pulling more cards, and all these fucking beautiful cards, the World card, the High Priestess, and the Ace of Cups all showed up, but they all showed up reversed. So there's some limitless expansion that's here. For this one, I'm annoyed. I'm just kidding. I'm like, bitch, get your shit together, because you've got some good shit going on. This reminds me of like, okay, so there's something here that's like pow 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 for you. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, but it's like you're so head in the sand that like you can't see it. Everybody else can probably see it, but you don't see it. Okay. The cards that follow up with this are the Eight of Cups reverse. Eight of Cups. My words for the Eight of Cups are emotional intelligence. That shit is so sexy. A motherfucker who like, fuck, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I know this is not good for me, so I need to move on from this. These are people who sacrifice pleasure to really kind of go into the depths and like so that they can move on and move through something that's not good for them. That shit is painful, but it's very attractive in human beings to see humans like actually go in and do what they need to do and walk away from something or move towards something that is hard for them to do. This Eight of Cups is reversed. So this almost feels like it has a very strong ending though. Hold on, let me see. Okay. So the cards here are saying that if you do the work and you move away from something, and the moving away from something honestly feels like self-pity. It feels a little bit like spending too much time, and I don't want to undermine anyone's emotions. However, there's gotta be kind of like there's gotta be a gauge within you that goes, okay, we took some time to do that. We did. And now I gotta be more kind of tangible in order to take my life into my own hands so that I can actually get to step and get moving. Their Eight of Cups reverse is a reluctance to, a denial, an avoidance to doing the hard emotional work. That's what Eight of Cups reverse is for me, okay? It's an avoidant kind of, it's an avoidant person, someone who's avoidant to change, someone who's avoidant to feeling heartache. So almost for them, staying in the heartache is almost, or the wallowing, or the painful situation that is present. It's almost easier to kind of stay there instead of like move through it and be done with it. There's some sort of payoff there, maybe for some people. The thing is though, friend, the thing is that it ends really, really strong. Two of Cups in the Chariot, okay? So we start with Two of Wands reverse and we end with Two of Cups, which is soulmate relationship. This is a Cancer card. This is a water sign card. But it's a blending and a coming back together, either with somebody else or a healing of yourself that will come and be very powerful and will basically wipe out all the negativity in this reading. It's very powerful to end with the Two of Cups and the Chariot card, okay? This situation is asking you to really get out of a space that feels wallowy, wet, emotional, okay? It feels emotions, it feels emotional, it feels sad and heavy, okay? Almost like you've dug yourself into like an emotional hole that it's like almost like the energy's so thick in there that it's hard to see your way out of it, okay? And so the cards are asking you to kind of wake up out of that and move through it so that you can actually have this beautiful outcome, okay? The Chariot is successful movement forward. It's about achieving all the goals, okay? It's a very abundant card. It's a number 7, okay? Very important card to end with. See? Y'all hear the sirens? Better get on it. Gonna miss your shit. Okay, let's pull one last card for each of the sections. Ooh, 49 minutes. I think I gotta keep this under an hour. It's been a while since I've done a pre-recorded. I like to do the live ones because they're easy to upload, but y'all, I'm straight Cancer mode right now for some reason. I'm like, I protect myself. There's a lot going on. Okay. one card for each section. Watch your ears. Okay. 3 fell out. Okay, so for those of you who resonate with this part of the story about the work that needs to be put in, pushed to the limit, pushed to the edge, needing to take a break because you're a little overwhelmed, but don't give up. Take a break and get back to it. There's some people that could be helpful in this part of your life. Mental clarity, passion, need to come back together to help bring the wisdom back in order to power you through the rest of this scenario. And then the card that came out for you guys is number 6, Patience. Something greater, South, red. The name of this deck is the Sacred Vision Oracle cards. Okay. Here's the message, okay? Live your life as a fearless warrior who sees the world as being much greater than yourself. Okay, be humble and patient, having faith in something more. As a bird soars high above for greater vision, we too should attempt to soar and see the larger picture we are part of. Who be zooming out and zooming in all day, right? We need to really, like, sometimes when we're in the thick of it, like, we need to remember, like, bitch, it's not just you. Okay. What can be greater than a winged one who flies thousands of miles a year in expression of its true nature? Right? This person who's just grinding and working on it and going, right? How beautiful. Like the dedication and the sacrifice that's there. Okay? Would you go to the ends of the earth to find your true self? Imagine the courage and tenacity of that tiny beating heart, always in search of something greater, the purest nectar of the Great Spirit. Do you recognize this in yourself? So do you have the tenacity to finish what you started? Okay, let's move to the second section with the Lovers here. Okay, right, this was a story about somebody feels like they're not in something great. Okay, there's a heavy situation, you're scared to leave, you're in your head about plot and plan, how do I get out of here? There's some real mental process that you are cycling through in order to get out, but you keep getting swallowed up by the waves. Okay, there's somebody very kind of possessive. There's possessive energy here. Okay, whether this is a real person or this is an aspect of yourself within yourself that is putting possessive or somehow controlling energy on yourself, right? So metaphors. And this is the card that we pulled. Number 28, Destiny. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. East, yellow. Honored and humbled, we all are entrusted with the human legacy, the opportunity to generate light, peace, love, and beauty in this magnificent Garden of Eden, Mother Earth. Each of us is born with a destiny, a purpose written before we even took our first breath. It is the unique thread that we contribute to the whole of life, but we must always be in a state of becoming. Though we cannot change what we are always changing who we are. We promote our potential into the actual and seek the wisdom of others along the way. Do you have a mentor or teacher? Do you recognize the wealth of lived experience around you? That of the living as well as that of your ancestors? You are never alone. Great Spirit has been with you all along. If you can be anything you desire, what does that look like? Okay. It's like pulling you back to what the dream was initially. Even if this is about a relationship, the symbol or the feelings, the energy of what you thought the relationship or what was supposed to be magnificent is still the truth, right? There's something here you long for. You may be longing for it in the wrong person or situation somehow, but that longingness is true. right? There's something real and pure and harmonious that you want. And they're telling you that you can still have this, but the way you're looking at it is much bigger, should be much bigger. Do you have a mentor or a teacher? Do you recognize the wealth of lived experience around you, that of the living as well as that of our ancestors? You're never alone. Great Spirit has been with you all along. If you can be anything you desire, what does that look like? What does it look like, right? It may not be the same picture that you had in your mind, but it's the same, that same feeling. That same feeling is supposed to be your guide. Sorry. What makes your unique light shine the brightest? Find where the wild ones meet. That timeless realm of spirit and love from which we are all born. All it takes is pure silence and an open heart. Open heart. The Lover's card is an open heart when we see it upright. Okay, destiny. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. For some of you guys, there's some course of action maybe that you need to take, literally, like taking a course, taking a class, getting therapy, seeking help somehow. So I would say that for sure. The third pile, we have the Two of Wands. Y'all on the verge of something big, but you know, we kind of in some thick mud, so it's hard to kind of see our way out of it, and they want us to move through that. Something beautiful, blissful, harmonious coming back together will be here for you if you can step out of kind of the self, kind of that kind of energy, kind of. Okay, here's the picture here. Beautiful. Number 9, worthiness. There's Estelle. Oh yeah. You hear me talking about you? You hear me? Yeah. Yeah. Worthiness. Blue medicine. West. Black. All water birds are medicine. If followed, they lead you to water. And the water is kind of a highlight. The High Priestess reverse, she's intuitive, so she's ruled by the moon. We think of water. Ace of Cups reverse, emotional depletion, water. 8 of Cups reverse, an unwillingness or an inability to move out of the sorrow so that you can get out of your own way, water. And then 2 of Cups upright, harmonious, coming back together, water. The Chariot ruled by Cancer, water. Okay, so there's a very water element to this reading already anyway, which is cool. If followed, they lead you to water, the essence of life. The Kingfisher in particular represents healing. One would wish any wound, physical or psychological, would mend as quickly as the water's surface after a kingfisher's dive. The Kingfisher is like the intrepid warrior that you are. To solve your problems, you move deeply beneath the surface of your emotions into the troubled waters, searching for early reasons and conditioning that caused you pain. This blue medicine signifies the deep blue water of your emotions, and your prey is an inferior sense of well-being and worthiness. Like this great bird in flight, once your prey is found, you set your wings to soar high above it, determining where next you will plunge. Let this be your time of healing. Raise your spirits to the skies. Wow, raise your spirits to the skies. So this emphasis on the waters and how healing they are, and how we move into those waters and tending to our emotions with the purest of intentions. And I think for this reading, someone kind of got stuck somewhere, right? And so we take that intention of the purity of what we meant by feeling those emotions. It's good to feel those emotions. And now it's time to rise above it. Like, what did they say? Spirit, let this be your time of healing. Raise your spirits to the skies. Away from the water, right? Back in the sky. Okay. All right, y'all. On the bottom of the second deck, 5 of Cups reversed, who is combined with, Oh, five. Remember, our first one was Five of Pentacles, and then we got Five of Cups, upright and then reverse. So the reverse version of the Five of Cups is a little bit better because it implies that you're ready to step out of this kind of energy of lack mentality. We're still kind of in it, but we're moving out. Our intention is to move out and away from it. So that's dope. Okay. All right, you guys. Hey, thank you. Happy motherfucking Saturday. Happy motherfucking weekend. The 2222 readings, those are the discounted readings, are coming out. Oh, I went over an hour. Shit. All right. Okay, well, those are coming out. I don't think this is going to be cut off anyway. Those are coming out on August 21st. So DM me if you're interested. Okay, love you guys. I hope you like this. I hope it helps.